Hello everybody, welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be the general daily collective message for Monday, August the 15th. Keep in mind though, timing and energy is still fluid. This reading could play out today or over the next several days. This reading may or may not be for you, so I do ask that you only take with you the messages that resonate and leave behind the rest. We're going to talk about the astrology first, and then we're going to jump in with some cards. We do have the North Node forming a trine to Mercury. So the North Node is all about our karmic path. Mercury is all about communication. I feel there's this boost of energy today when it comes to tapping into some mental capacity, where we need to kind of use our cosmic intelligence and kind of put it into use when it comes to maybe learning a life lesson, striving to achieve mastership in a life lesson, and analyzing a situation. I think really studying a situation. I also feel this is a really good aspect to kind of step into some mission work when it comes to maybe teaching and learning. I feel a lot of stimulation when it comes to your path, your purpose, fulfilling your purpose. And maybe your purpose or your mission this lifetime will entail some form of public communication or writing. So I feel mission work coming up. And this energy of wanting to create something, to channel all of this energy properly, whether it's writing or stepping into some divinely inspired work that you've been asked to kind of manifest and create. And then we do have the moon kind of helping us out with these energies. We have the moon in Aries forming a conjunction to Jupiter. So a lot of expansion of the self. And I feel very positive energy coming through today. I think many of us are learning how to feel safe, to really get in touch with our intimate emotions, what we intimately need in relationships, and really go into our feelings, right? And so when we fully understand ourselves intimately, that's when we can really honestly express ourselves sincerely and openly with others. And so I feel this generous energy for sure. I also feel like this huge emotional release is possible. Trines are portals, right? Conjunctions are very harmonious aspect. And so when we emotionally release all of this past baggage, that's when we can really restore our overall sense of well-being. And so I do think feelings are going to be a little bit intense in the energies today, but it's going to give us that drive to really accomplish what it is that we want, what it is that we desire. And so I feel like a lot of expansion is what I wrote about, expansion, and maybe finding that answer to your deepest questions you've kind of been asking yourself. We've got a lot of outer planets in retrograde right now, and so a lot of us are doing a lot of deep shadow work when it comes to our family, our history, the patterns, right? And so I think you might have to face a minimal disagreement in the energy. You might get caught up in some petty conflicts today, but this is to help you kind of understand the spiritual journey is not a journey of the mind, right? With the Mercury trine North Node energy. It really is not a journey of the mind. It really is a journey of the heart, right? The journey cannot be logically defined, logically explained. It kind of has to be felt in the heart space. And so that's why I feel emotions are going to be intense, and there's going to be likely a huge heart chakra release. But it really is also a good time for new romance to bloom, right? When you've done the work and you've healed and you're ready, to go into the next cycle, it's a perfect opportunity for romance. Aries is kind of asking you to find your courage and your strength to act, right? It's the masculine energy, act, right? Expand. So you might find yourself really stimulated in the mind space when it comes to planning and strategizing for the future, how to move forward on your path to fulfill your purpose. And you might just be compelled to reach out to somebody and tell them how you feel. So let's see what needs to come through with the cards today. We are going to use the Star Codes Astro Oracle deck. I actually really love this deck because it kind of helps me incorporate the current astrology with the messages coming through, and then we're going to clarify all of these energies with the tarot to go a little bit deeper. So look at that. Okay, clarify. Solar calm. So it is always after the emotional storm, the emotional release comes the calm. And in the calm, in the stillness comes the clarity. And then we get Venus, beloved. So it is about love, Venus energy. Right now, Venus is in Leo. So very attractive, very fiery, passionate energy. And so I feel like Ace of Cups energy too. Quite possibly a brand new beginning in love here. It does represent divine feminine energies. So you might want to have a look at where, or what your Venus is, where Venus falls in your chart. That might have some bearing on the energies. But I kind of feel, yeah, there's going to be some type of tower. This could be like a heart chakra awakening, an internal tower, right? But there's going to be some clarity about maybe a beloved, a divine connection of some sort. And this is going to really put somebody in this reviewal, right? And so retrogrades are all about reviewal. So we've got all of these outer planets in retrograde right now. Not all of them. I do believe, is it Uranus is going to go retrograde very soon at the end of the month. And Uranus is all about sudden shakeups, upheavals. So, you know, all of these planets in retrograde is kind of slowing everything down right now because it's this deep internal review. And it is about family, right? It is about our ancestral patterns, our ancestral lineage, because it's all ancestral planets, right? Outer planets, family. Big generation energy, right? And so there's going to be a major reviewal in order for some clarity. So this might be like a message over the coming months, a deep reviewal about, yeah, a home situation, your fourth house, your deep roots. So that's your safe place, your home, where you feel at home, right? And so you might want to check out where your fourth house is at, as well, because I kind of feel all of these energies working together today really is about those foundations, those solid foundations, healing, right? And building that life that you desire. So climate, yeah. So I think the energy is going to be very up and down, variable. And this is a rebirth of some sort. So rebirthing something here. So Pluto energy, which is in Capricorn. So somebody's on a journey towards abundance. And so we get that Jupiter energy. And this is definitely about relationships, 7th house relationship. So 7th house is also the fall, right? Because it does kind of show us our codependencies in relationships. And we're kind of rebirthing, right? We're releasing all of these negative attachments. And we're learning how to, you know, be equal in relationships and really collaborate, right? So I feel get ready to kind of get a vision of what it is you want to build for a relationship moving forward. And I think there's going to be some tension created there. There's that Mercury energy coming through. Because this is where things kind of get a little bit uncomfortable, right? We got to kind of step out of that comfort zone, and it can be very tense. It can be very hard to step out of that comfort zone and to step into this new energy. And so cultivate Taurus. There's that North Node, and there's that change, that Uranus energy. And so there is going to be a change in a relationship foundation. So it doesn't have to be bad. I like that, you know, Jupiter come out, abundance. So, you know, we're progressing on the journey. We are expanding. We are able to manifest unlimited abundance, right? But we also have to embrace the changes necessary to close out these blocks to manifesting abundance, right? And so where can you rebirth a situation? Is it possible to rebirth it? This is like the death of the old, the birth of the new. And, you know, Aquarius is the water bearer. So I feel a lot of higher mind energy with the Aquarian and the Jupiter and messages. So I think a lot of higher self messages are coming through. And I do think the messages being received is going to be a lot of emotions to process with this truth. And, you know, whenever we create this tension during this progression journey, this rebirth journey, it's almost like our own ego is battling ourselves, right? And it's like this spiritual warfare between your ego and your heart. And that's why we say it is a journey to be felt. And so I also feel, what are you envisioning for a relationship? We got the 5th house passion too, which is our house of creativity. It's linked to children. It's linked to love. It's also linked to where we gamble, where we take risks, right? Are you willing to take a risk? Because I feel something can bloom into something absolutely beautiful. It's the proverbial blank canvas and a very mystical energy. But then we get this Neptune too, which is like this energy of what goes around comes around, or something needing to come back around when it comes to a collaboration. Maybe that needs to be regenerated and revived. But there's a lot of expansion, journeying into these higher mind states of expansion and embracing the changes necessary to cultivate, right? Taurus is that Empress energy as well. So North Node right now, whether you're a North Node in Taurus or not, we're all feeling this Taurus North Node. So do you have a well aspected and integrated Taurus in your chart? So I have Taurus sun sign. I don't really have any Taurus on the Placida side or on the housing side of the chart. And so, so where do you have Taurus in your chart? Because there's going to be some changes when it comes to where Taurus falls in your housing side. And then, or where, you know, your planet side, if you've got like a Taurus sun, check and see what house it falls in, because there might be some unpredictable sudden shakeups. Taurus also rules the second house of shared resources. So there might be a shakeup when it comes to some resources. But there is going to be this energy, I feel, of something being illuminated when it comes to a relationship, or it doesn't even have to be a relationship, but a pattern that's repeated within relationships. This could be somebody that's single too, going through this reevaluation, this illumination, and I feel somebody's really tapping into these source light codes, right, that have been coming in and getting ready to bury the past, the South Node, right, the 12th house introspection. So there's gonna be like a, like, I feel like a major closing of a lesson here, learning a lesson, and there's that Aries, that act. It's kind of time to act on this healing journey, right? To go into the wounding, to, you know, heal this self-identity wound. We all have a Chiron, not all of us in Aries, but right now Chiron is in Aries in retrograde. And this is where we learn our soul's language, right? And we learn to get to know ourselves. And we do this by spending time alone. This isn't done by always masking the pain. We can't, you know, avoid healing the wound by always being busy or not looking at it. We kind of got to act. We got to face on it. And we got to do the healing work, right? To go into knowing who we are. And so this is how we also learn how to cultivate new alliances, new friendships moving forward. So I feel somebody progressing on the journey for sure. So let's clarify with the tarot. I want to look at the relationship energy, the 7th house relationship. So let's start with that. So past is coming up for sure. Then we get the Magician, and then we get the Fool reversed. So there is an opportunity for a new beginning here, but I feel something in the past does need to be buried. So the past is coming up. So South Node, comfort zone. The past is coming up. I feel something is being dug up that's been buried, that's been repressed, because Pluto's all about deep hidden emotions, right? Maybe when it comes to a past foolish decision, I'm not sure. But the Magician is willing to shed the old to bring in the new. So somebody is coming into their manifesting capabilities. I also feel really evaluating any past relationships that had any forms of manipulation, right? The manipulation manipulates energy. And getting rigorously honest with yourself, right? Honest with what it is you've endured, honest with what it is you need to face in order to integrate these DNA upgrades. I just noticed like the DNA energy. In order to heal at the cellular level, deep cellular healing, I feel. And it is like this crowning, but it does require rigorous honesty. I also feel divine messages from your higher self with a lot of truth. Because there's like a necklace with a feather floating around. So what do you need to untangle yourself from, right? Swords are there to sever as well. There's something here, a cord that needs to be severed when it comes to the past. So I think get ready to see clearly what you've been repressing on your heart. The Keeper of Vessels would be like the King of Cups. This could be a father wound. Look at the heart energy, and I feel somebody's heart has been blackened by some past foolish decisions. And I feel there's going to be an awakening of a deep understanding of a toxic relationship pattern that has basically prevented somebody from expanding and progressing on the journey, right? Judgment. And it's like Gabriel's blowing the horn. It's like a wake-up call energy coming through. So Aries energy is the Fool. Magician is Virgo and Gemini, and then the Crown of Swords, so more air. So let's take a look at this death energy, this Pluto energy, this rebirth. Nine of Coins, beautiful energy. Death, oh my gosh. Four of Wands. So I do feel somebody is being gifted a golden opportunity to close out a cycle, I feel, in a foundation that needs to die away. The Nine of Coins to me is being single for a while, really walking through the valley of the shadow of death and doing the deep soul work of integrating this lesson, right? And so I also feel, you know, the Four of Wands is all about foundations. And so this could also be a rebirth of a foundation that's gone through some type of ending. And maybe it was a big lesson in independence too. We're here to be interdependent in relationships, not codependent in any way, right? And so I feel this could also lead to an offer if you've done the work, right? But I feel really walking the pathway of the rebirth process. And oh my God, I love this. And stepping into the future, I think all done, right? Stepping into this new future timeline. And so the Champion of Coins, which would be like the King of Coins. And so being gifted a new opportunity, really knowing your worth and your value so you can step into the future and release this lack mentality, right? This always feeling emotionally bankrupt, always feeling like the cup is half empty, and unblocking these emotions that I feel have been held down when it comes to any situations in the past that were not balanced, that were not reciprocal, and something being balanced out. Really owning the emotions, the Crown of Vessels, the Queen of Cups, going into the heart. Let's take a look at this tension, because I think there is going to be some relationship tension of some sort, whether this is an internal battle or it's going to be external. But I think it's really facing where you've played into power struggles within relationships, where you've kind of, you know, been secretive in relationships, and how that has always led to nothing working out, right? The Lovers reversed, not being on the same page, nothing working out. We've got the Lovers reversed, the Keeper of Swords reversed, which would be the King of Swords reversed, where you've been dealing with any narcissistic relationships too. The King of Swords reversed can be very narcissistic, where you've played into your shadow self and you've not been honest in situations, which has led to a battle, a power struggle. How come you've never had victory in any relationships in the past? And the Apprentice of Swords, so like learning something new, the apprentice, right? The page, doing that deep dive, digging deep into maybe your ancestral history, your relationship patterns, maybe studying, you know, your attachment in relationships, you know, read up on attachment theory and the different relationship attachments, and why this has always resulted in unfortunate turn of events, bad luck, feeling stuck, never able to manifest anything. It's like one thing after another, tower, 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 right? Because somebody's not been wanting to learn something new. And when you learn something new, there's that brand new beginning, right? That gift, that brand new beginning. And so really going into the tension of understanding this. And then we get the Hierophant. And that's when you can master lifetime committed partnerships, right? And you can call in that spiritual partner, that spiritual union. So I think there's going to be a huge revelation of a major imbalance from the past to be able to step into the future. So let's take a look at the Aquarian energy, collaborate, and Neptune, the vision. So that's interesting. Six of Swords reversed. So somebody's been in a situation they've not been able to collaborate, and breaking the chains of something toxic, getting their life in check, in balance, taking those appropriate steps needed to step into that future vision. So all done playing games, right? Somebody's been playing games. I need to win at all costs. This is a lot of, also, where have you mentally deceived yourself to allow yourself to keep being drawn back into some shadow aspects? And then we get the devil reverse. So breaking free, cutting the cords, right? Scissors cut cords, scissors cut. And so breaking the chains of something toxic, and really owning that truth, and something balancing out for sure when it comes to a collaboration in a relationship that I feel is no longer working. And yeah, could be dealing with somebody that just doesn't know her worth and her value, right? With the Three of Wands and the Empress reverse, the nurture reverse. So a situation where you've not been receiving the nurturing that you need. It's also a big lesson in self-worth and self-value, right? The Empress in reverse can be very much easily manipulated because she is so codependent, because she doesn't know her worth, she doesn't know her value, right? And this very well could be breaking any trauma bonds, and taking the steps appropriate to leave that behind. But it's like leaving anything behind that doesn't feed your soul, nurture your soul. Could be dealing with a Taurus or a Capricorn or a Libra. But this situation has been very unhealthy, and somebody does need to transform their life. They've been in a very manipulative situation, and they've not been wanting to go in and learn the lesson. Very stubborn. I don't want to learn. I don't want to change. Maybe trying to keep somebody entrapped and blocked, holding on to something that really hasn't brought them any contentment. And I kind of feel it's kind of time to reevaluate that as well. So let's take a look at the future vision. So this is kind of what I feel we're leaving behind in the past. And in the future, we're stepping towards equal giving and receiving, right? Equal giving and receiving, balance, give and take. No more of this. I give and give and give, and I get nothing back, and I feel bankrupt. I got nothing. It drains my energy. It drains my finances. I'm done holding on to situations that, you know, I invest a lot of time in, and it yields no rewards, a lot of coins. So a lot of time spent on holding on to something that I think created a lot of confusion at one point in time. There's definitely no more working together. I want balance, right? So no more confusion, and really taking those steps to go towards your passions, right? With the Keeper of Wands, which would be the King of Wands. So taking passionate action. Somebody's got the key to manifest abundance, and I feel they've lacked the strength to go towards their passions. So you might be getting ready to receive a message, a passionate message from somebody. Yeah, the Apprentice of Wands is a messenger. You might be receiving a new offer, a new invite that will lead to ultimate abundance. Somebody here has lacked the strength to come forward, I think, and they are getting ready to come in with a whole lot of emotional communication. Wow. Wow, get ready to receive a message. Somebody here, I feel, has got it bad. They're weak in the knees. They've been bottling these emotions up for a long time. We get the Champion of Vessels, the Strength reversed, the Ace of Vessels. So something about that Lion's Gate opened up somebody's heart. And this will lead to a beautiful, emotional, fulfilling connection, right? The ultimate, right? The Ten of Cups is the ultimate. And then we get the Crown of Wands. So I feel somebody's getting ready to travel towards somebody for some victory and success. And maybe they're leaving behind a situation, or maybe in the past somebody snuck away from you and they weren't honest, and they've not wanted to come forward with truth. But there could very well be a confession of some sort when it comes to something that's not over, a burden that needs to be laid down, I feel, when it comes to some extended grieving, maybe over some third-party energy. Very interesting to close off like that. So let's just check out this change. Let's see what this Taurus change is all about really quick here. Yeah, there's going to be a brand new beginning. And I think you are really needing to protect your energy, to protect your ideas at this time, to protect your ideas. But there is this energy of awakening, judgment call coming through, and an opportunity to plant those seeds well for a new beginning, and things will grow. They will be fruitful. This Seven of Wands, look at that, and it's like you are so divinely protected. That flame is so bright, and I feel there's gonna be somebody really coming in with a beautiful love offer, stepping into the future. The Crown of Vessels, yeah, there's a deep connection here, and I think in the past there was a lack of honesty. Maybe you dealt with a bunch of liars in the past, and you've really guarded your heart from going towards a new beginning. But I feel putting the past to bed when it comes to, you know, any blockages in communication as well. Very interesting. Let's get a couple last messages from Spirit. We're gonna do the Crystal Stone deck. What last message do you want us to know, Spirit? There we go. This is a huge lesson too with that Empress reversed about mothering yourself. I do feel somebody's been in a very toxic entanglement. There's not been clear channels of communication, whether this is past energy or currently going on right now, which has created this cycle of fear, which keeps getting propagated over and over and over again. And somebody really needs to go into the heart and take a breather. I feel somebody is very emotionally vulnerable as well with the Chiron energy. And somebody I feel is, I don't know, maybe somebody's been looking for somebody to nurture them, to parent them, and I'm all done nurturing this situation. The Empress is looking for somebody to nurture her. I feel a big energy of releasing anybody that can't, you know, bring that balance. And I feel releasing somebody's chain on the heart. Yeah, definitely. Somebody's finding their courage to come in with a love offer. Open up your heart to these limitless possibilities and try not to spend too much time in your head with the Virgo energy. So a lot of overstimulus, like I talked about at the beginning, but somebody knows exactly what it is that they need to do. And I feel breaking free from this never-ending fear cycle, this entanglement, and yeah, organizing your life and deepening that perspective to go in a new direction. And that's kind of what I got, guys. I hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a personal or a twin soul reading with me, I do encourage you to check out that description box below, guys. And I look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.